Hello and welcome back for another really quick tutorial. Today we're going to be making a waterproof canvas bag. This is going to be a really quick project. And the reason why is out of necessity, as usual. My dad handed me this little pouch full of his personal belongings because he just happens to have had surgery yesterday. So I wanted to take that stuff out just because there's sticky fingers in the hospital. I'm like, what the heck is this? As a sewist, this is not going to work. You need a bigger zipper pouch. I'm not going to make it much bigger because I'm sure he likes to have but just enough to be able to close the zipper. But we're going to work with waterproof canvas today. So if you've never worked with that before, I'm super excited to show you about it. It is not a lined bag. There is going to be raw edges. So if you're not interested in that, then I'm sorry. This is, just a quick bag that you could use for anything, and then maybe even like bathing suits and things like that at the pool, just to throw it in your larger bag. So it's still going to be like a great project, temporarily waterproof. I'm not going to say that it's going to allow you to fill it with water and then the water is going to stay in there, because obviously there are seams and holes and everything. But if you're putting wet stuff in it, then I think this is going to be a great project. I'm also going to show you how to make the size that you want, so to make it custom for your needs, because obviously we need a little bit bigger than this. So we're going to go over to the cutting table and we will talk about the waterproof canvas, what it's all about, figure out the size we need, and pick out our zipper, and then we will get to sewing, and this is going to be so quick. I'm so excited. Okay, so thankfully I do have some black waterproof canvas on hand, so he might not even notice that all of a sudden his stuff fit. But what waterproof canvas is, it is a product that has waterproofing on the back. So it has, I think it's a polyurethane coating, a kind of a rubberized coating on the back that makes it so that the water cannot penetrate. This here is the canvas side. This is the right side of the fabric. And then, of course, this is going to be the wrong side, which is a little bit more shiny and clearly a very plasticky feeling. So this is the pouch that we are going to be remaking. I looked over this pouch and there is a seam on the bottom and there's a seam on the side, and there's not one on the short side. So this is going to be a long rectangle. So I'm going to go ahead and measure this little pouch, and then we're just going to make it a little bit bigger. So this is going to be, I presume it is going to be a 9.5 by 5, and I'm just including like 1/4 inch seam allowances. So we are going to do, I think we're just going to bump it up to 10, and we're just going to make it a little bit taller because that was our problems, that we couldn't close this bag with the contents. So we're going to do a 6, maybe let's do 7 inch by 10 inch. And then we're going to double that, and we're going to make that 7 inches high, 20 inches long. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this to 7 inches tall by 20 inches wide. So we're just going to square it up. So if you're worried about waterproof canvas being too tough for your maybe beginner machine, I assure you it's actually pretty easy to sew with, especially if you're doing just like a simple pouch like I am. So if you're using just your beginner model machine, I would probably opt for a stronger needle, especially when we're going through these the thicker parts, which is the side seam and then the zipper. But other than that, it's actually really nice to work with. It's not sticky, I don't find, in the machine. Just gonna cut off my selvage. And yeah, I really love it. This is a very popular lining for bags just because it's so easy to wipe out and clean. Kind of has a Scotch guard where it doesn't stain, within reason, of course. It's just a really good and fun product, and it comes in a variety of colors and also prints now, so you can have a lot of fun with waterproof canvas. So I went ahead and cut it out to the size 7 inches by 20 inches. So this is basically how big it's going to be once I fold it in half, or have the zipper up here. So I'm going to go ahead and get my zipper and we're going to talk about that. Okay, so I have my zipper. This is a size 5 zipper by the yard, and that's why I have so much of it. We're going to cut it down to size. Zipper by the yard is great because you can use exactly what you need and there's absolutely no waste of the zipper tape. And then you buy this pull separately. I'll have a link for Zipper by the Yard down in the description box if you're interested in grabbing some. It's everywhere these days. You can get it off of Amazon. It's absolutely wonderful, and you just buy a bunch of it and then you just have it for when you need it. So this is going to be a little bit more of an untraditional bag. I would actually recommend making 2 of these bags, only because we're going to be using half of the zipper and then we'll have half of the zipper kind of doing nothing. So making 2 bags at one time, which I probably will later, is smart. So I'm going to go ahead and cut a 20-ish piece, and we're not going to put our zipper on until the very end. But the way this is going to go is we're going to be ripping this in half, so we only have half of the zipper, and then we're going to install it at the top of our bag. And then if you look at our example, it goes all the way around, and then the zipper just kind of slips into the one side, and then there's no raw edges on this side at all. It's a pretty neat way of constructing, but like I said, you really want to make these in 2s just so that you don't have this kind of random piece floating around in your stash that you can't really do much with. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our zipper and we're going to place it with the zipper side down. So let's say if you had the zipper pull on, it would be on this side. So typically I would say the zipper pull down, but because we don't have the zipper on yet, we're just going to kind of pretend. There's a difference. You'll know what side the actual zipper is on, but just make sure that the top is a little bit raised. So I'm going to go ahead and take some clips, and you can go ahead and change your thread over on your sewing machine. If you have a zipper foot, I would highly recommend hooking that up also. And then we will sew our zipper on. Okay, so I went ahead and changed my thread to black. I installed my zipper foot, and I'll just show you quickly what it looks like. This is the MC6700P from Janome, and this is what the zipper foot looks like. This yours might look a little bit different depending on your machine, but usually there's a side that it's going to sew on. There's like a little notch in it that is going to allow you to get nice and close to the zipper teeth without going over it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slip it under. This is a wider tape, so you can get right up close, but just know that you're going to increase your seam allowance. I'm just going to hover back from the zipper tape and just kind of follow the edge here, and we're going to sew all the way down. Making sure that that tape stays nice and lined up with the edge of your fabric. Want this to be as nice and straight as possible. Just like that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over, and we're going to do a top stitch. I'm going to move my needle over to the other side, increase my seam allowance, and just to finish it off and make it look more polished, and it'll help keep that zipper down. Okay, so let's go ahead and sew that. So I just did that like 1/8 of an inch away from that folded edge. And now it just kind of gives it a nice clean finish and keeps that zipper in place. So now we're going to go ahead and pretty much finish up our bag. So we're going to take it and we're going to fold it in half. And now we're going to install our zipper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my little zipper jig that I created here. You can buy zipper jigs off of Amazon to go along with your zipper by the yard. You only need to buy it once, you'll have it for life. I went ahead and made one with a fork, as you can see. So if you wanted to repeat this design, this is, you know, if you have a fork and a handy husband, or if you're handy, I made this myself, you could definitely whip this up in an afternoon and have it forever. So basically what you do is you take your zipper, you put it on the two tangs upside down, just like that. And then we're going to essentially feed the tape into both sides of our zipper, just like that. And now we can zip it up. And hopefully that will work out nicely. Just like that. And we can clip it. So the good thing about this waterproof canvas is it does not fray. So leaving raw edges isn't going to be a huge problem. The zipper tape will fray, but that could be easily remedied by, once we're done, we can just hit that with a flame and it'll sort of singe off, burn off the edges, kind of like you would if it was a, you know, a ribbon. So all we're going to do is sew across the bottom, up the side, make sure that that zipper pull is out of the way so you don't hit it. And we're going to like kind of double tack this to make sure that that is good and secure. And our pouch is basically done. So quick. Go ahead and change out my zipper foot to a regular foot. And I'm going to sew from this end so that I can finish at the, I don't usually like starting seams at the zipper because it complicates things. Okay. We're going to back stitch that really, really good. And keep sewing. When we get to our corner, we're going to leave our needle in. We're going to lift the presser foot and we're going to rotate. And I'm not right at the edge because it's not perfectly square right here, so that's okay. I'm just going to kind of square it up as I'm sewing. And yes, it's okay to go through. These are nylon zippers. If you have a metal zipper, then I just wouldn't do it because you're going to smash your needle. But because these are nylon, which is plastic, you should be able to get through it with your needle. And that's why, again, I recommend bumping up to a leather needle because it's got a little bit more strength. So it'll be able to go through that plastic. And yes, I can tell you that a typical or a beginner style machine can handle this. I've done it before. Some people might say don't do it, but it's fine. Don't get me wrong, there's times where the zipper is just in a certain position and the needle smashes. And if that's the case, then it most likely is because your needle is a little bit dull and it wasn't able to penetrate well enough. So if that happens, it's not because, you know, oh, Ashley said my machine can handle it and it didn't. I definitely recommend also to make sure that your needles are brand new when you're first attempting projects with unknown materials or new materials for you, just so that you can get the best possible result. I hope that helps. Okay, so now we are done. We can go ahead and cut off any excess zipper tape, and then we'll just singe that. You can do that with your threads too. And if it's not perfectly squared up, you can also just make it a little bit neater, especially since it you will see the raw edges. You don't want them to be, you know, too big, your seam allowances, but you also don't want them to be too small so that things, you know, everything stays well and constructed. So now we're just going to go ahead and open our zipper, and we're going to flip it. Now you could zip the corners, but I just don't want to create any weak spots that will then possibly make holes in the bag. So I'm okay with not cutting those bulky corners. So we're going to just kind of push that up, and there you go. And now we can even have a little double one where that could fit into there. I'm going to go ahead and load this up and see if everything fits. Oh, look, it looks like there's so much room in here now. His watch. Now we're going to go and we're going to drop it off, and we're going to see if he notices. We'll take this and put it inside as well. So I hope that you enjoy this quick little project working with waterproof canvas, and I hope that you're able to take the measurements and be able to duplicate them for the size bag that you want to make. And I think that my dad's going to be a lot more appreciative to know that his belongings are nice and safe within this bag, and we can even have that second bag as a little bonus to put maybe all of his prescriptions in. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give me a thumbs up. Comment down below if you have any questions. Again, I'll try to have all the links to anything that I used in this video in the description box. And if you do decide to make one of these, follow me over on Instagram or TikTok. I would love to see your finished bag. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.